I told y'all I have the flyest intro music. Come on, y'all. Welcome to another episode of Pierre's Panic Room. You know what time it is. We do the flyest show. I want to thank y'all for always, when I'm walking the streets, tell me how much y'all love the show. Y'all say, yo, P, keep doing your thing. And we're going to keep doing our thing. Today, I know you ain't really coming to see me. I know who y'all came to tune into. You've seen the title of the show. You know who's going to be here. So, but before we get to her, you know, I got to read y'all comments. My staff pulls me comments. I got to read these comments, see what y'all been talking about, how y'all been talking. All right. This is from the Stacks show. Remember my boy Stacks came through? Shout out to Steven Jackson. Thank you for coming through, brother. He says, this one I guess he got a little emotional. Urban Nuance writes, Pierre wanted to pull out them emotions for the camera, and he did. Sonny, we're just talking. Y'all be tripping. We're just talking. He just got emotional. That's him. Sometimes folks get emotional. You a hater. You an emotional hater. You might need some emotion in your life. Urban Nuance. Ain't no nuance to what you just said, nigga. You said what you said. Damn it. All right. This is from the Brother Man episode. Kelsey writes, Pierre could interview a turtle, and I'll watch. It's the subtle shit he says that cracks me up. Oh, how you catch the subtle shit? It cracks you up? Well, I got plenty more subtle stuff, you know. I'm just talking, y'all. I'm a comedian, okay? Show a brother some love. All right, this is from the Isaiah Washington one. Ooh, that was a spicy show, too. Ooh, that was spicy. Ooh, wait. Kibu says, damn, okay. I thought he had more substance, but either way, great actor and career. Damn, Kibo, like that? I thought he had more substance. What substance did he have? I actually liked the interview. The brother came, he kind of spoke what was on his mind. I could understand how sometimes some people don't like everything people say. It's a little edgy if people say something go against the grain, especially if they not pro-white, but not anti-white. That's the perfect person we have on the show today. Sometimes when somebody ain't pro-white, they're pro-white, it just says everything. See, I like when people who are dark-skinned ain't pro-black on everything, because when I do, it's always my mama's side, my white side, all that bullshit. It's my humanity side sometimes, okay? So that's what it is. We need some more black folks to get some of their humanity shit together, all right? All right, y'all. I'm excited about this guest, because it's our second time, too. Everybody don't get to come on here twice. Okay, I'm gonna tell you that right now. Y'all know her, y'all love her. Some of y'all do. Some of y'all, you know, she gets it to you. She brings it to you, man. She got a lot of fans out there, and some haters, just like me. But you know who we got? Welcome, none other than Miss Angela Stanton King. Give it up, y'all. Show some love to the queen. Ay, look at you. You know how we do this, girl. You know how we do this. Yes, what do we do here? I'm a comedian. Come on, girl. Okay. First of all, thank you for coming a second time.
Of course, I appreciate the invite.
No, without a doubt. As soon as I heard, I said, yeah, can I get her back? And he was like, yeah. So I said, let's get you.
Of course, let's do it.
You know, you was one of the original ones for me. You came in when I was in the little room.
I remember.
I done moved up and look at the room. I done moved up a little bit. Okay, yeah, I did my little thing.
Good things come to those who wait. That's what they say.
Is that what they say? Okay, sometimes I don't wait too long. She got to go. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, okay, we ain't waiting too. You know, I done paid my money. Okay.
Oh, Lord.
Yeah, there we go. All right, what I like about this kind of show, too, is we don't have to do your whole history. We just talk about what's happening, things, you know, and get it from you. One thing I like about you, it was funny when I showed the initial time you came on, then I re-aired it again, and people just got a love for you. They damn near killed me in it. I mean, got him like, damn, calm down, y'all. People just like when they hate on me. What is that, you know?
Well, nobody hating on you.
You was hating on, you wasn't hating on me, but they just like when you gave what you gave. And I really appreciated that people was on your side, because I know what you go through with how your stances at times, certain things. But a lot of them was a lot of love for you, you know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So that was kind of cool. I was like, wow, they got a lot of love for this sister, which is cool, because before you got on Trump and this and that and jail and all that, you know what I'm saying? It was all negative. But then I think when people sit back and listen to you, and they start saying, I
not only listen, but they've had enough time to observe.
Okay, well, there you go. You go. Okay, speaking of observe, we're going to talk about some stuff. Unfortunately, about a couple of weeks ago, Harry Belafonte died. Mm-hmm. And he was a big advocate. Mm-hmm. He did stuff that people don't do even nowadays. He was a popular actor. He stopped acting for 10 years. He took his money, put it into another situation. He's like, forget this. I'm going to fight for my people during that time. And unfortunately, we don't see people will put their money away. They'll work here and there and say something and pop up at a nice place to talk about, oh, pro this, pro that. But to sit back, I don't feel like there's any more people that do that.
Right.
What effect did he have effect on your life? What did you know about him?
I think that all black leaders that we know truly invested in our communities and fought for our people will have some type of effect on us when we reflect over their works. And I think that Harry Belafonte's are very far and few. And one thing that our community is beginning to pay attention to is the people that are actually out in the community doing the work, boots on the ground. Mm-hmm. So in reference to him, just like in reference to me, you're like, now it seems like the tide has changed a little bit. Sure. Because people are watching and they see in our community, to be honest with you, and we laugh and joke all the time, but they're really tired of the BS.
Right.
And they're looking for genuine people. And that's who Harry Belafonte represented, someone genuine.
Right, seriously, yeah. I was, especially in the 60s, he did it when it wasn't really popular to do, you know, and could lose a lot, even his life.
Oh,
you know. I saw, a documentary on him a couple years back, and I was blown away. I was like, wow, this brother did all that. I think it was on Netflix or whatever it was. I was like, wow, man, that is just really, really dope. And I hope more people do that. I myself, in my community, I meet with the council members and all that, so forth. I just wish more people would do that. Instead of shooting down people like us when we try to do something because of some little minor thing, it's like, look at the big picture. Right. You know what I'm saying? I don't care if I went to jail for shoplifting a bag of chips. Don't hold that against me. I'm out here trying to fight for you now. But people are so petty. They stay home. What are you going to do? What are you going to do besides get on the line and complain about us?
The only time you can be respected if you go to jail is if you're a rapper.
Damn.
So if I tap dance and jumped around on the stage or whatever, because Kodak Black ain't never been disrespected for his support of Trump, right? Because he rap and he rhyme and niggas can dance to his beat. I ain't got no beat for him to dance to. I'm just straight up. You know what I'm saying? And that's the problem in our community, right? We got to change our perspective. We got to change the way that we think.
Yeah. We do glorify violence, especially young black men killing each other. Yeah,
we glorify a whole lot of things that we shouldn't be glorifying.
Yeah. And I know white people glorify it too. They got white movies and white killers.
Of course.
But I just think we have just more at stake. And I'm going to fight for black people over white. I don't give a damn. It's like people, like my mother used to say, don't worry about what they're doing across the street. This house here needs to be clean. I can't be like, well, Joey keep his thing dirty.
That is true.
And then all of a sudden it's like, okay, well, Joey does it, and you can keep it clean, dirty here too.
That is true.
You know what I'm saying? We don't play that. And I just think sometimes I'm liking that the way I feel like things are changing a little bit. It's still progress, but we need a lot further to go. Like China, like Black China, for her to pull all that stuff out of her, to not glorify that anymore. Yep. That's a bold move, and she's making a lot of money doing that.
That's a bold move, and you got to respect that. You got to respect change. You got to respect evolution. All of us have the ability to change, and I think change is what we want for our communities. And they just tell us to be the change that you want to see, right? We always talking about we want to see change, but are we being the change that we want to see? And I think that was an excellent example of leadership to young women, because there are so many young women now that idolize that lifestyle, whether it's Amber Rose, whether it's Kim Kardashian, whether it's Black China. It's beginning to be a trend. So I think it's very healthy for us to kind of get back to accepting yourself, loving yourself for who you are, respecting yourself. That's something that's very important.
Yeah, I see that, but it's so hard when you see the money being made. Didn't you make millions of dollars on OnlyFans? How do you tell a kid, a young lady who lives in the hood or whatever, and say, don't take that route, the OnlyFans and showing your ass, be more respectful of yourself and get a regular job? It's just hard when we glorify money and what we have and the material goods.
True, it's very hard, and only a few of us gonna get it, but you'll be one of the ones that have to use your story later on to change somebody else's mind. Right. So we all got our own life experiences, but that doesn't mean that we stay silent on those issues, right? It's just like when we was younger, we was doing all type of wild, crazy stuff. I was not perfect. And we always heard a preacher somewhere preaching against what we were doing. We might didn't stop right then, but sometimes they said things that resonated. And sometimes we just help people make better decisions by not being silent and educating them through wisdom. Not from what you get from a book, but what you get from your life lessons.
Yeah, she had, it's a weird thing that with her, like if she was not famous and told y'all not to do that, and young girls not to do that, but she made millions and then did it, but you got millions. The money is still an issue. Like, So some girl be like, well, let me get $2 million or $5 million, and I'll tell everybody don't be twerking on TV and all that. You get what I'm saying? With her, I respect what she's doing, but like, damn,
and
after she was successful at doing the negativity.
And you got some women out there that they got more than $2 million and they still doing it. So it's just all about perspective and change.
Right, yeah. But I just think it's such a tough thing to tell somebody who don't have money how not to get money easily. You know what I'm saying?
It come down to morals, it come down to value, it come down to respect, how much you value yourself. When you look in the mirror, what do you see? And that's why it's just important for us to empower and uplift our women. And another problem is, since this is the comedy show, is y'all men.
Okay.
That's what y'all like.
Right.
So of course a woman is gonna want to give you what you like. Y'all see a woman
easy.
walk
You
around here with the
whatever you
strings
want.
up
Y'all
there,
give us-
but man,
give
that's
whatever you
what
want.
y'all like. That's what y'all like. All of these rappers, all of the people that's supposed to sell hard had money. If we look at what we see in entertainment, right, what's being presented to our youth, what do we see? All of the women half naked, all of the men throwing money on them, right?
Yeah.
It's a thing, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, just because I do don't mean you have to do.
That's what my mama used to say.
Okay.
But now I got babies just like my mama had babies, so you know we gonna do what you did.
Ooh, you was twerking back in the day? You was moving,
I
you
mean,
popping like a
I did a little something.
Yeah, no, you
I
got
ain't
a
in
lot
the
of something.
FreakNik documentary though.
What,
but
you ain't on there?
I ain't on there, thank God. But I was there though.
Okay. I told him as long
A
as
lot of us was there.
I was there. I said, as long as y'all ain't got no footage of the back seat of some cars or some bathrooms at the hotel, I ain't gonna be seen.
Listen,
I ain't worried about it.
FreakNik was historic, right?
Oh,
Let's
yeah.
just be honest. But when we look at what things we did at FreakNik, and since you know who I am, I got to talk about it.
Okay.
And we look at some of the things we see happening now with Pride and some of the things that's happening in front of children, we realized that when we did that, it wasn't no children presence.
Okay.
Right? Adult entertainment should be just what it is, adult entertainment. So a lot of times we see these inflamed political issues. You might get trying to seem like you fighting against somebody else's right, when really you're only trying to protect the innocence of children. And our community just needs to wake up and begin to do some research. We need to start reading these laws and legislation that's being passed. You have to if you really want to be educated on what it is. But we'll just listen to anybody that get on the news and say anything without doing our own research, and they trick us into voting against our own interests that way.
For years, they used to have this whole joke about if you want to hide something from a Negro, where do you put it at?
In a book.
Damn!
That's what they say.
Now, you said you brought FreakNik up. Did you? You know you're talking about doing it again. Would you?
Nah, I'm past that era.
But let the kids can't have fun.
I think adult entertainment is adult entertainment. I think adults should be able to do what they want to do, but I think that there's just some things that's inappropriate for children.
Okay, what about FreakNik was inappropriate? I'm not saying
what about FreakNik was inappropriate?
Hold on.
I don't think you was there.
I was there.
You couldn't have been there.
Okay.
You couldn't have been there.
I wasn't on top of cars, but the point
Man,
I'm making is
it wasn't for children.
It was gathering of beautiful people in Atlanta
On adult things.
going to get something to eat during the
Nah,
daytime and in
you
the
ain't
malls.
telling the
Girl,
truth
come
now.
on now. I was here for the Neek, okay? You was there for the freak.
Well,
okay?
whatever.
But I'm just saying, did you see stuff out in public?
Yeah.
Like, hold on, not dancing, but like actual sex intercourse?
I seen some very inappropriate stuff. I didn't see sexual intercourse, but body parts and body privates.
You a square.
We talking about children being exposed to it.
What kids was in there? I don't remember no kids being there.
Exactly. It wasn't. That's my point.
So let's get back to FreakNik for those who don't know about it.
Okay.
So we know the children weren't there.
Right.
And you said you didn't see sexual intercourse, so what's the big deal? You saw a boob hang out? Oh my God, too much.
That was FreakNik. It was adult stuff. Adults did what adults did. Did I say anything about I didn't like FreakNik? FreakNik was horrible.
You're a freak
I
hater.
didn't say anything. I said I was there. I'm just saying it just wasn't a place for children.
Everybody was there, but they didn't do nothing.
I ain't say that now.
Oh.
All I said was it's not a place for children.
Okay.
That's all I said.
I gotta look at the footage. I gotta look at that footage.
You got the footage.
Yeah, okay.
You were part of the footage.
I'm part of the footage?
You was there. You look like one of them red freaky types.
Damn.
I'm trying to
Is
tell
that what I
you.
look like? I didn't look like a
You
red
know how
freaky.
that go.
Okay. Oh, you tell me.
I'm just saying.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
All right. And then I remember the white folks didn't like it, so they started making one-way streets all through it. It's gonna go one way all through
horrible.
downtown. That's where it really started messing up.
Stuck in traffic for 3 hours. You can't turn.
Yeah.
They had to shut us down. Yep.
Because I don't remember any fights or anything. It was just black people having a good time. You know what I'm saying?
It was historic.
And when white folks do it and drink beer, I don't see it shutting stuff down.
Girls Gone Wild.
Yeah.
Y'all remember that?
That's they stole it from FreakNik.
They sure did.
Okay, we had hoochies going wild.
You-
Okay, I didn't know where the hood was. I got here on FreakNik. I was like, okay. I live over there in Bowen Homes. I live in Hollywood Homes. I was like, okay, Hollywood Court.
FreakNik is responsible for a lot of people moving to Atlanta.
And a lot of kids too, because a lot of people about 35. I mean, what, 20? Well, how long was FreakNik? 25 years ago? No, 90s.
It was about 25, 26 years ago.
So all these little 25, 26-year-old, ask your mama where she was when they conceived you. That's why they call
Shake what your mama gave ya.
That's why they call them Porsche and Chevrolet.
Oh yeah, I remember
Come here,
that.
little Honda.
Mercedes.
Yeah, come here, Mercedes.
Come here, Lexus.
Okay, little Fiat. Come here, Fiat. So if you're 25, 26 years old, you named after a car, boom, there it is right there.
I ain't met nobody named Fiat.
You ain't nobody Fiat? What? You're not a world traveler. Okay?
Oh, don't try me.
Okay. So that's what you say about Freak Week. I'm excited. I think it's really, to be honest, they talking about, oh, hope you ain't been seen on there. It's just a ploy, a publicity ploy. You know what I'm saying? Getting everybody, oh, I gotta watch it. I'm gonna find out if I can see my mama on there, my cousins on there. You ain't gonna.
That's true.
You can't just show somebody doing some nakedness and then not get consent. That's crazy. How would you know?
They probably gonna blur some stuff out, right?
Okay, well, if you blur the face out, then you don't know, but somebody might say, I know that ass, I know that tattoo.
Somebody gonna know it.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, don't worry. I saw you coming here. I know what you look like, okay? I ain't got to see your face. Okay. So, all right. Speaking of a face of a company, Magic Johnson is pretty much about to buy the NFL, one of the teams from the NFL, the Commanders. Aren't we from the East Coast? Aren't we from back home? Mm-hmm. So you know how we do. Well, I never been a Redskin fan. Were you a Redskin fan?
Nope.
Were you a Cowboy fan?
No.
Do you like football?
I do.
Who did you like?
Buffalo Bills.
If you don't get your hands, let's cut this off.
I'm just saying, don't hate.
Buffalo Bills?
It is what it is.
You were
Don't
Buffalo
hate.
Bills for the last 3 years.
Well, whatever.
You went to
Let's
Buffalo
talk
Bills
about
back in 79, 80,
I mean,
81.
well, you can't be a Falcons fan if you live in Atlanta.
Right, okay. Well, damn. You can't be a Falcons fan if you live in Atlanta?
How? How many times we gonna be disappointed?
Ooh. I got
No offense, though. No offense to nobody.
After you
no offense
offended?
to nobody. I don't want to talk about this no more.
No. You speak up.
No, but I hope they do. They will. They'll win eventually. I got faith in them.
Okay, but we talking about Magic Johnson owning that.
Mm-hmm.
And Magic Johnson, I heard he's kind of fence with. He's been pro-black, pro-white. Kind of in between that. Do you think he's a proper person to own a team? I mean, he's famous, but what do you think? What do you think his impact going to be?
I think that Magic Johnson done been a businessman for a long time, though, because we think about the Magic Johnson theaters. Didn't we have that here in Atlanta? If I can remember, out by Greenbrier Mall and stuff like that. So he's been a businessman for a long time. And it's very smart for him to invest his money. And I think being a black man to achieve that type of status is a wonderful thing as far as leadership for our community. But another thing that I would like to see more black celebrities and athletes who have reached that millionaire status reach back and give to their community, and let's begin to not only rebuild our communities, but Black Wall Street. If we can get a bunch of celebrities together to put on a benefit concert to bond people out of jail for Black Lives Matter, I know we can get a benefit concert to rebuild the shit that was burned down during Black Lives Matter. Right?
I like that.
So we complain about being suppressed and oppressed and all of that, but I really do believe that there are enough of us that have made it. And we can pull this money together to make the difference that we need instead of constantly going back and forth and fighting with the government, because I'm tired.
I know that's right.
I'm tired.
Well, I'm thinking if Magic has a football team, the Commanders, let's say, what do you think he could do to help black people around that community?
There are a lot of things he could do. He could donate to Auntie Angie's house, where black women, because we're facing a black maternal health crisis, and they're saying that black women are dying giving childbirth. He can create a safe place for black women to go to bear their children. He'll be saving lives and changing lives at the same time. We can create our own schools. We can begin to teach our children financial literacy the minute that they get in preschool.
But him being owner of a team, do you think he should just make sure it's a 50-50 employment with black people there, for the stadiums and the corporate offices?
I mean, when it comes to business, you need to get the best, and I don't know if the best has a color. But I mean, when we talking about football,
No,
you talking about wide receivers. Well, you also got to consider what type of business he's going into. If I was to be the owner of a football team, I want the best regardless of your skin color. I'm going to be completely honest.
Damn, but sometimes
I'm just saying I want the best team.
No, not forget the team. I ain't talking about the players. I'm talking about corporate and working around there.
Oh, and corporate.
Yes, I ain't talking about the damn players.
Well, you got to make it fair because if you got all black people there, then the white people gonna sue you for discrimination and say you're a racist.
Sister, it ain't been fair for years.
Times are changing, honey.
It ain't been fair for years. It ain't been fair. Now we want to be fair with the white folks.
Listen, well, you half white sitting up here talking about these people wasn't fair with you. Your mama is the reason you was here. She was very fair. Now let's just be honest. This is about business. Okay. Even if it's corporate, of course I want black people there, but I still want the best. We got a business that we have to run. Black people are very capable, but are we really going to begin to base everything on skin color?
They did for years.
Or qualification?
They did for years.
Because once we start they did, but are we really at a place now where we aren't successful? Let's be for real.
No, well,
because Abla can look around this room and everybody I see in here looks successful to me. I don't see no bums in here. It don't look like I see nobody in here struggling on welfare or none of that. The majority of us, let's keep it real, this day and age, black people, right? We successful. We know how to start businesses. We know how to get money offline. We know how to hustle. Even if we ain't got a legitimate business, we might have an illegitimate business, and all we got to do is take that and turn it into something. So we are at a place as a people, we can have whatever we want.
Okay.
That's just how I feel.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? I truly believe that because when I look at me and I look at my life and my story, and I realize what I was born into, what I came from, what I experienced, I just never took no for an answer. And if we get into a place where we start to have all of these identifying factors, it's based off of what the person look like or what the person's sexual preference is, then we're going to find ourselves in a mess. It really should just be about qualifications.
But hold on. If a company has 10% minorities and 90% white folks, just keep it going like that?
No, I said make it fair. Of course it got to be
fair.
fair.
So, what's fair mean? The best of quality?
Because
they grabbing from Harvard. They grabbing from only white people from Yale.
What about black? I got a black baby that was born chained to a bed. She in her first year at MIT.
Damn.
You can get black people from MIT and Harvard and Yale.
Okay.
We're there.
Hold on. Okay, that's what I'm saying. Get them from there.
Okay, then
make them
get
black,
them.
though. Make them black.
Hey, whatever we got to do.
This is black on
How your mama feel about this?
Okay, so don't worry about that. This black on. This black on. Bam, black on. Boom. You know, I get black on shit, okay?
Right.
Shit. This all black on, this bit is black on. So I go to the black folks and try to support more than I do my other half.
Well, we need to support each other because that's one of the biggest problems in our community is we don't support each other. We don't trust each other. Every time we try to start an organization to do something for the community, the first thing people want to do is say you scam it. We don't support each other. Right. But we are running to support the Asians that own the beauty supply store and the nail salon and the wing stop.
Oh, yeah.
And they talk about you the whole time you getting your service done.
Right. You come on in.
We have what it takes to break this matrix. We do.
That's why you have the perfect name. Angela Stanton King. The acronym is ASK.
Ask and ye shall receive.
There it is. That's what I'm asking. And since we asking, I'm going to ask you this question.
Uh-oh.
You know, are you still a Republican? Can I ask that question?
I'm going to say yes.
Okay.
And the reason I'm going to say yes is because of the policies is where they stand as of right now today.
But you've said and you felt like, and I'm agree with this, that a lot of black people just vote Democrat because they think that's what they need to do.
The only reason black people Democrat right now is because they ain't looking into these policies that the Democrat Party is pushing. All they doing is listening to a celebrity that tell them to vote for Joe Biden or Kamala Harris. They're not looking at the policy. The policies have changed.
And that's what I was going to ask you. What's missing about what we don't? We're thinking Democrat. So what are we missing that Republicans are doing and we should be over there?
This is a very, very, very tough subject because it touches on something that impacts our community heavily, and because I am the mother of an adult child who has transitioned, a lot of people don't feel as though I'm supposed to speak on this because all of a sudden if you begin to tell truth, people want to perceive it as hate. But what has happened is the Democrat Party has taken our civil rights movement and have rolled it over into an LGBTQ agenda. Now, I'm not saying that anything is against the LGBTQ community, but you can't choose the skin that you are born into, right?
Okay.
You are black. You were born black before you are born anything else, right? The civil rights movement was about us fighting for our freedoms because we were discriminated against because of the color of our skin. The civil rights movement of today that has been amended and what the Democrat is fighting for is discrimination based on your sexual preference. We as a people, we ain't even made it yet. We still sitting up here talking about Black Lives Matter, watching these people pass all type of anti-Jew legislation, anti-Asian hate crime bill legislation. We protesting, tearing up the country, all the activists showing up on the scene. We still don't have any legislation. Our people shot dead, Buffalo, New York, 10 elders going grocery shopping, not running from the police, not having open warrants, none of that, shot dead. Still no type of legislation that protects black life. Another agenda, right? Kamala Harris, the VP, she just went on a tour to our HBCUs. You know what she was pushing?
That's good.
To push abortion?
Oh.
I just want to know how black women my age feel that your daughter is in college and the vice president is going to the college and telling your daughter to abort your grandchild. Like that ain't that a conversation?
Hold on, is she telling
between
you
you
abort
and
the
her?
kid, or she said you should have a choice and have a choice to do that?
Out of why should you even have?
Don't say that. Don't say no. It's your woman. It's a woman's body. You can choose what you want to do.
You and your
with it.
mama got the same body?
Who?
You and your mama got the
No.
same body? So it's your body, right?
What do you mean it's my body?
Because if your mama aborted you, you the one dying in the abortion,
Okay.
not her.
Right.
So
That's
it's
what
your
she did.
body.
Right.
So we don't have the same body as our mothers. But here's the thing. We can argue pro-life, pro-choice all day because we're not going to agree on that in our community because for some reason black people feel it's a form of liberation to have a choice to execute your own black children. So that argument is dead. But let's talk about this. Why don't they have other options for us besides free abortion?
Okay, here's my thing. If you want her to carry the child, we're coming over your house and dropping the child off when it's born.
Bring her to Auntie Angie's
Okay,
house.
you're gonna have a whole gang of them, okay?
Bring her to Auntie Angie.
A
I
whole
want the
gang
child
of
to
them.
live.
If you're gonna tell me what to do,
That
a woman
might be
tell
the
what to
next
do.
Martin Luther King or Barack Obama.
I
How
understand
are we
that.
valuing life
I
when we
understand.
want to pay for black life to be executed?
Like I told
That
you.
ain't valuing
Like I
life.
said.
We the first people to say Black Lives
Don't tell
Matter
me
and
to do.
then be the first in line at the abortion clinic
Right,
to
right. That's
execute
fine.
the very
That's
black
fine.
life that we created. And then get mad at white people and then tell them they better value black life. We want to show up after the black life has already been executed, killed, dead, ain't coming back.
Outside
Why
looking
we not
in.
showing
Because,
up
I'm
on
gonna tell
the
you
front?
why. Because outside, I don't want you to shoot me, but my body, I can do what I want inside the body. So it's the difference between what you
So
shooting
what
me
you-
and me inside saying, I know what I want in my body.
So do the babies want to die?
I don't know about that.
So why everybody got a choice but the baby that's being executed?
Sure. That's how it goes sometimes.
We just need to value life. We need to give our girls an option. Because this is the
Option.
thing. Hold
Right.
on.
Option.
Do
There
they
you go.
really have a choice? Because see, in our communities, we get abortion clinics. They get fertility clinics, right?
Okay.
Right around the corner,
Right.
we got
I
an
believe that.
abortion clinic right on Moreland Avenue,
believe
right?
that.
So if you're hungry and you want to go to the corner and get something to eat, you got a choice. You got McDonald's on one side, you got Burger King on another side. Are we really giving black women a choice if the only option that they have in their communities is Planned
No,
Parenthood?
I agree with that.
So that's where we
right.
can agree.
I'm fine with
so
that.
So we don't have to argue about pro-choice, pro-life. We can all agree that if a mother decides that she wants to keep the baby, that there should be a life resource in that community to help her, right?
Okay.
And that's who we
Okay,
are.
what about rape then?
Again,
I gotta keep the baby?
The baby didn't commit the rape.
Well, I didn't kill her. I got
So
raped.
if we can kill if we can kill the baby, why we can't kill the rapist? I want to kill the rapist.
Okay, kill the baby, but what about the baby?
I'm saying, but
I got raise the baby?
Let's think. Well, you can put it up for adoption.
I'm putting all the kids up. Anybody, if you're an abortion, it's coming about.
Let me say this because people find this is a touchy subject as well, and I don't think that is my choice to make that decision for any woman because that's a hard decision, and some women can't deal with that, and I respect that. But if I was the counselor, I would encourage life, and I'm gonna tell you why. Because I've heard so many stories, even in my own family, if y'all want to go back to slavery or many, many years ago, where women in our family were raped and abortion wasn't an option. And they ended up having those children. And those children grew up in our family and we loved them and they have children. It's still a life. So I think that in that type of situation, for some women, it would require more love for that child than hate because the baby is still half yours, right? Because, I mean, it's still your baby too. It's a tough situation.
Yeah. I can't raise half a child though.
Well, you can put it up for adoption.
Okay.
You could put. I mean,
No problem with that.
you could take a plan B.
Okay.
Right.
After rape, you mean being raped? Yeah, I guess
You
so.
can take a Plan B.
Yeah.
That stops the baby from, you know what I'm saying, the creation of the life.
No, it's you're killing what you're killing. You're killing the creation.
You're stopping the conception. You're not. The creation is not gonna happen. Plan B is to stop the conception. Is that better than an abortion?
Well, yeah, no, I mean.
You could be on birth control.
That abortion could be that rape could turn into a child. You're stopping it from someone, it's starting.
Okay.
You take Plan B, you're killing it.
So you think we should be against Plan B as well? I mean, I think that there should be some
I said
type
open
of
for
option
everything.
for
I'm open
that.
for everything.
I don't agree with the execution of black life in the womb.
Okay.
I
You have it
don't.
right.
And I think that all black people deserve the right to life. And I think that the excuse that they are giving us, like they'll be born into poverty, they'll go to jail, they'll end up in the foster care. I think that's a sorry excuse for us to continue to sacrifice our children, the next generation. We want to be the majority. We're looking to build, and everybody knows that there's strength in numbers. So I think we just need to begin to have another conversation with our women. And if they understand that, yes, it is a life, then maybe they'll be more responsible and we won't be using abortion as a form of birth control.
Okay. Well, hallelujah, sister. I'm down. I'm down for that. Boom.
I think we can meet in the middle somewhere.
Okay.
Right? And give men a voice. I want to know why, if the mama don't want the baby, she can go kill the baby and don't never got to worry about it again. But if the daddy don't want the baby, he got to sign up for child support for 18 years, go to court, go to jail, get his license suspended. If you gonna make the man be responsible, why not make the woman be responsible? Y'all talking about equality.
I know that's right. I say the same thing all the time. If I don't want if you want the baby, you can keep it. If I don't want you to have the baby, if I want you to have the baby, whatever.
What happens if you want the baby and she don't?
That's what I mean. Yeah.
That ain't fair to you either.
And she can do what she wants because it's her body.
Right.
I agree.
But it's really the baby body because the only person dying is the baby.
Sounds so bad. Okay.
That's reality.
Do you eat meat?
I eat animals.
Oh, let me turn some of these cameras off.
I eat animals, but I don't eat babies.
Baby animals, maybe.
I mean,
So that life don't matter? You don't care about animal lives?
I don't advocate for PETA, okay? PETA get more respect than any pro-life advocate out here. You can advocate to sell to save a bear or a dog, but you better not be out here advocating to save no babies.
That's why I hate vegetarians who are pro, no eat meat, no doing, but they got leather shoes on. Got a leather jacket. Nigga, ask the cow if he wanted to die for that jacket or not, or for your stomach.
Right, or them leather seats you riding on in your car.
All right.
They need that.
Well, I'm down for killing it all, shit, okay? I ain't gonna have no rules.
So tired of you. I rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
You crazy, okay? I hear you. Don't rebuke me, okay?
I'm just saying.
Speaking of which, rebuking.
Okay.
Why do Republicans want to rebuke CRT? Okay?
That is a very, very good question.
Your people.
Well, I don't agree with everything that the Republican Party do, nor do I agree with everything that anybody does. I think that we need to look more into CRT because when you talk about critical race theory, it's a theory. And it's written by two white men when you go and do your research. So this is once again two people trying to impart what they consider to be their knowledge on us. And what I think personally, and I use my own daughter for an example, the one that she won the Harvard debate championship. You might have saw her on Steve Harvey, and she's now gone to MIT. She was in those all-white schools because I wanted to make sure that I kept her challenged academically. But I always told her that she could be whatever she wanted to be, and I always encouraged her to be the best. And sometimes we see that a lot of people want to make us feel as though that because we are black that white people are superior. And that is a mindset that none of us should want our children to have. That's a mindset that we shouldn't have as a people.
But hold on.
And we should not believe that.
But hold on. You sent your daughter to some white schools because you wanted her to have a better education.
Well, the school system sucked. I mean, I lied on those applications. I almost went to jail for searching for a better education for my daughter, which is why I advocate for black mothers right now on school choice. But you won't see the Democrats talking about school choice.
But
all they advocate is gender choice.
But
what happened to school choice?
What happens if you taking your child to a good black school?
Okay, what good black schools in the areas that I was living in? I had to take my daughter to where she could get accepted in the schools.
Well, hold on. You said you were in Harvard. You wasn't living in Harvard area.
She's at MIT. That's
MIT,
college.
I mean.
I don't live in Boston.
Okay then, but you want to send your daughter to Boston, so
I
why
didn't send her. She got a full ride. She
would've
got a
got it from black
scholarship to all of
school.
the Ivy League, top Ivy League schools in the nation. But she went to MIT because she's a computer genius. I don't want her to go to Howard. You got Kamala Harris at HBCUs telling them to abort their children. If my daughter get pregnant, I want to tell her to have a baby and send it home, and me and the baby will be waiting on her when she graduates.
She would know that. She would know,
Okay,
even
no,
at a
I
black school, she would know
don't
that.
want my daughter indoctrinated with liberal beliefs, thinking that it's some form of freedom to abort my bloodline.
I understand that.
All right, let her go learn about computers.
I'm gonna look at MIT, and if the white folks say anything about abortion, they got somebody talk about that, I'm gonna come back at your behind.
Is it your black vice president though?
I don't give a damn who it is.
I'm just saying, if you black and you represent us, why the only thing you talking about is us killing our children? You ain't got nothing else for black people.
I hear you. I get that. But
Y'all done sent $181 billion to Ukraine, and all we get is free abortion.
I know that's
Not
right.
only do they give us free abortion, they gonna pick us up and give us a ride to the abortion clinic. Man,
damn. But I'm just saying,
I
ain't mad at your daughter going there, but she went to the white school.
So?
And there's so many black schools she could have went to.
No, well, hey, she went where they got the best education for her and what she was interested in. And she got a full ride, and it was free.
What's your beautiful daughter's name?
Imani Stanton.
Hi, Imani Stanton.
Right.
Come back.
No, she's fine.
Come back to us.
She's well blended.
Because white folks with that critical race theory, they talk about their excuse for they don't want their kids to feel guilty and all that. Really?
I mean, well, can we really have this conversation for a minute? Because remember, you half white, so you got some white cousins.
So Adam can't play
you got some white cousins and some white nieces and nephews.
So the Kaepernick.
Are they responsible for slavery?
Who are?
Your white little nieces and nephews that was born after you.
Well, first of all, no. First of all, my family's from Germany. That first section, they weren't Americans like that. So we don't
talk about all that here in our country. All we talk about is who white and who black.
That's what niggas talk about, not us.
If we're trying to create a new atmosphere for our children, right, which means peace and humanity across the board, right? Do we want, and a lot of us work with white people, we got white friends and all of that.
Sure.
Are white people not responsible for slavery?
Sure, I agree with that.
Some black people own slaves too, right? But we need to begin to create an atmosphere where everybody is really equal.
Okay, I agree with that.
Everybody's
equal.
We're not. Everybody believes that but are we going to ever create that, or are we going to continue to create division?
So me telling you about your history, because you told me about your white people, you told me about your history, we were slaves, this, that, and the other, in all the books. And it gives white people a little more empowerment to see, oh, black people were slaves, they work for us. And now we're like, hold on, we invented this, and now black people are going to don't let people know about that. Damn that, they need to know that we weren't just slaves. We have other parts of our history slaves.
I totally agree with that, and black history is taught every Black History Month in school. It would be illegal for them to remove black history. Hold on.
Okay.
We learned, we all went to school. We learned about black people in school. It would be illegal for them to remove black history. But let's also think about this. There is a difference between Black American history and African American history.
Okay.
All black people are not Africans, okay?
Understood.
And let's talk about Elon Musk was born in South Africa. He's now a citizen of the United States. So based on those standards, he's an African American.
Right,
we have to begin to wake up and understand exactly what's going on, requesting a copy of the curriculum, right? Because again, ain't none of us probably looked at the curriculum. All we going by is something we heard somebody say. Now, one of us pulled that curriculum to read it and see, why are these people so afraid of this? And it's up to us to teach our history to our children.
But it's unfair to tell black people to do that, but white people were able to throw to our kids our history in a negative manner, just slaves, basically.
Is the critical race theory. It's not a fact. So it's not that they are not going to be educated on black history. Critical race theory is just what it is. It is a theory. This is something new. We've all been taught about our black history. This is not the same thing. Critical race theory and black history is not the same. You know that, right?
Explain critical race theory.
It's a theory written by two white men. It's not factual. It's what they want you to believe. So they want you to believe the white man is superior. As long as you think somebody else is more superior than you, it'll keep you from elevating or becoming your best. We don't want that for our future generations. So we shouldn't be telling them that.
But don't we want our kids to know about the rich history of who we were and teach white kids too that, we have people who weren't slaves. They were smart.
Absolutely.
Because when I grew up, I heard maybe 10% of the history I knew where black people owned businesses, invented stuff.
But not teaching a critical race theory course doesn't mean that they're not going to get that. They're still going to learn about our history. And
But I know, but some people who don't want that at all. This is like a particular government
That ain't
governor.
got nothing to do with us.
Well, if they're not going to pass
remove
that in
Black
school.
history.
Okay, all right. So you're happy with the amount of Black history you get in school for Black folks?
I think
a little
that
monthly,
I think that we're taught about Black stuff all year round in reality, but I think it's really up to us to educate our own children. That's why earlier in the show when we talking about Magic Johnson and all of this money and this stuff that these celebrities got, instead of us complaining about somebody else doing it, let's create our own institutions, teach our own children. Because right now what we've done is allow them to teach our children what they say history is.
Right.
This didn't just start with CRT. This go all the way back to we was in school, when our mamas was in school. They're teaching us what they want us to know. That's public education. We're responsible for educating our children. So when are we going to step up to the plate collectively as a community and take on the responsibility?
All right, but let's be honest. This is still a white man's world, okay? We can say what you want. You're not saying, okay, that's fine.
I don't go by that.
Look at the CEOs of
when
companies.
When I see Diddy and I see 50
four
Cent
niggas,
and I see, when I'm saying,
Exxon
and I see LeBron.
And who owns Coca-Cola and all that. When my Black kids go to school, I mean, not go to school.
White.
Okay, whatever part it is. I adopt kids too. I adopt dark skinned ones just on purpose. But they go and a white man runs the business, and he don't want to hire them, or he feels that way.
I was a single mama. I was a single mama. Came home from prison.
Exception to the rule.
I was released with $25 check, told to go start my life over. Nobody wanted to give me a job.
You want all Black people to go through that? You want Black people to go through that?
You know what I did? I created my own job.
Okay. You want Black people to go through that?
I created my own company.
You want all Black people to go through that?
We cannot have any excuses for not surviving.
It's not about surviving. It's about being behind the 8 ball.
Listen, what we gonna do about it then?
Let these white folks stop teaching our Black kids that they were just slaves.
So again, you talking about white folk.
In our schools, yes.
What we gonna do?
We can work on our stuff too, our kids, yes. But it still is a bigger hand on us.
So what we gonna do?
One more time. I'm gonna stop these white people from just teaching
How you
only.
gonna stop them?
Like quit CRT, vote people out.
Why you
think that way.
So you want to remove certain white people and replace them with more white people?
No, there you go. Black people or white people think that.
Critical race theory was written by two white men.
My mama was half white.
I know.
She was cool with it.
I'm just saying.
She let you niggas know what time it is.
Your mama can't say nigga.
She would have said she married a nigga. She said, "What up, nigga? I'm gonna marry you." She was German. It sounded different. Okay, a little different. Has a different little swang to it and shit. You know what I'm saying? All right. We're glancing at the Republican thing. I got to talk about it.
Talk about it. I want to talk about the Democrats and why they're not protecting these children from being sexually transitioned and protecting women's sports and stuff like. Talk about the Democrats. You
and the Republicans are protecting. The Republicans are.
Let's talk. Well, the Republicans ain't voting for our children to be sexually transitioned. Now, let's be clear. I ain't saying they perfect, but they ain't voting for our children to be sexually transitioned.
Well, white folks don't took everything.
They voting to protect our children.
They don't took the word woke from us and try to make it demonize it like it's a negative thing. That's our thing. I'm so tired of white folks taking everything from us.
Do you have these conversations with your mama?
No.
Okay, I know you don't.
No, you don't, because first of all, it's all good, but she passed years ago.
Oh,
okay. But on her dying day, she said, "Nigga, keep fighting." So that was the last beep. After that.
Well, your mama and my mama up there in heaven probably cracking up laughing.
There it is.
Right
They're
now.
probably looking down at us. Look at our kids acting a fool.
Right.
But they done so stuff like woke. They done demonized that word.
Yeah.
They didn't take anything from us. You Republicans or something else.
I mean, don't blame me for the entire Republican Party, because there are some of us that are Black and have Republican or conservative values that do believe in empowering and uplifting our communities and fighting for our communities. And I think that it's so unfortunate that we are often judged by the actions of some Black conservatives that have high platforms, and they do, speak to their white audiences, and they do talk about our issues to get those likes and those clicks. But how we know the real from the fake is we need to pay attention to not just the ones that's online talking, but the ones that are in our community to make a difference. Mm-hmm. When it came to me working with President Trump and he had a $500 billion platinum plan, and people were like, "Oh, you racist. You could take $500 billion from a racist. You don't have to like me to give me money, and I don't have to like you to take it." We have to understand business and what it's going to take for us to get ahead, and we need to be getting something out of every administration. Right. The Asians know how to come together and go get what they need. The Jews know how to come together and get what they need. When it come to us, we so divided on so many issues. We divided on abortion. We divided on the transgender issue that we see coming down for our children. We divided on what political party we supposed to be. We divided on religion. We divided by sex. And as long as we're divided, we can never be united to get anything positive done for us on our behalf.
Yeah, but what you want is positive. Your point is like, somebody might say that I don't believe in that. So that's a divide. Why don't you come over to the other side? Come on over, sister.
So we got to I will not stand with a party that believes executing black life in the womb is the way to go.
I believe, I'm fine with that.
Because they don't want to fix our problems. They want to abort our problems, and they look at us and our children as the problem. The last thing they want is a world full of niggas. I promise you that. So I cannot stand with a party that also, and I often when I say this, I have to think about my child because I don't want to offend or to hurt him. But I understand the importance of men as well. And us as black women, we need our fathers, we need our sons, we need our brothers. And I cannot believe that we will be standing with the party that wants to feminize our men. Because anytime you think about strategies of war, if they wanted to come in and take over a colony or a group of people, the first thing they do is remove the men. The women are considered to be the weakest link. So we're supposed to be standing up, fighting to protect our men, not standing with agendas that want to chemically castrate our sons.
Yeah, but let's be real. Okay, I hear you. But there's not that many out there. There's not that many people who want to be transgender compared to just regular black men. The conservative party, they want guns in all these black men's hands to start shooting and killing. Yes, they do. They could with that. Have an AR-47 and kill yourselves. See, black people are okay with killing each other. Nigga, I saw Power. They was killing people on Power. That's my show, nigga. Blow that nigga.
That's directed by 50.
Boom, boom, boom.
That's 50 doing that.
And we as black people, we cool with that.
So let me tell you where I'm at with guns. I was on Dr. Phil. I had a big nigga with a wig on, a size 17 shoe, about 6'4", tell me how he was going to be a mama to my children. The father of my children had just been murdered a month before. I want my gun because, nigga, I'm going to shoot the shit out of you if you come anywhere around me or my children. Black people need to stay protected. Guns don't kill people. People kill people. I mean, guns don't kill people. People kill people. People with guns. Here's the issue. If you're driving a car and you wreck the car and you kill somebody, right? Do you go sue the manufacturer of the car? Or are you responsible for causing the wreck? So if we got guns, I got
a gun is for violence. A car is not for violence.
No, a gun is for me to protect myself, just like when black people were slaves. You
so
know
all these young black men, all these black men were killing each other. They just protect themselves.
It's the mindset.
Just protect all these black kids killing each other.
We need to do something about that, but we need to understand that we also need to have guns for protection. Slaves were slaves for so long because the white people had guns and we didn't.
No, you're
so
right.
we couldn't break ourselves
I'll take a gun,
so
but an AR-57,
I want an AR-15.
Oh, see, you don't need that. You don't need that.
The CDC.gov has a warning up on their website right now about a zombie apocalypse. Listen, it's on the CDC.gov. You can say
you believe that. You believe that.
Why is it on the government
website? You believe what the white man always write the government?
Y'all believe that it's a black maternal health crisis. Y'all believe that black women dying giving birth to their children, and we've been giving birth since the beginning of the time.
You believe what the white man said? You are Republican.
I believe you better have your gun because if
not an AR-15.
If I send my child to school, let's be real for a minute. If I send my child to school, right, and the teacher's in the school, my child is in the school with his teacher, and the gunmen come into school, and this teacher is backed up against the wall with 27 students, you cannot bring a knife to a gunfight. I would want that teacher's only chance of survival and the only chance of survival for your children is for that teacher to have a gun and be able to kill that gunman before he shoot and kill everybody.
I'm agreeing with you. Hold on. I agree. I'm a gun owner. I go a 9, 11 shots. You don't need 45 tank. Okay, you know what? Let me have a tank. How about rocket launch? Let me have a grenade. Can I have a grenade?
What if we see like how we saw?
Why you gonna start with that?
What if we see like how we saw down in like when COVID happened and the National Guard came and they was making everybody go in the house and we seen tanks and stuff rolling down the street. What happens if there is a complete total takeover by our government? Total control. Let's just say they got all the guns in the world. You don't have nothing to protect yourself, your family, your children. Why would we be willing?
I said a gun, a pistol you can have.
A white boy just
AR-15
went
and
and
machine
shot
gun.
and killed 10 black people in the grocery store in the head, shot them dead. It should have been somebody else in there with the same machinery he had to blow his head off. Do you think that they white boys that you like talking about is turning up the
They don't need no guns either. They don't need guns either. The white boys don't need AR-15.
They ain't giving up shit.
I know they
white
ain't.
boys ain't giving up their guns. So if niggas want to go give up their guns, they gonna be dumb as hell because you're gonna be sitting here walking around unprotected without the same thing. Well, go get you one then.
Can I get a tank? You all right with tank?
Then let me tell you how dumb our government is. Let me just say this. This is how dumb our government is. Joe Biden tell us we need to give up our guns and then give Ukraine $180 billion to go buy guns to defend their country.
They in the midst of a real war.
Man, we in the midst of a real war.
Not the same.
Niggas dying on the street every single day in America.
And ain't a war happening.
They ain't worried about the war. Tell the people in Chicago that.
Okay, but they know.
I
just came from Chicago and I had a good time. I had a hot dog. You ain't had no hot dog.
You wasn't in the hood.
Street. I was in the hood. Don't do me like that.
Don't discredit all of them mothers up there losing their children.
I'm not gonna discredit that.
Okay,
but I'm not gonna
up under black Democrat
leadership. It ain't no
leadership.
damn war where missiles are coming in.
It might not be no missiles, but people dying. We done had more loss of life in the streets of Chicago than they had in Ukraine.
Come on now.
Do the numbers.
Come on. Well, hold on.
Do
Chicago
the numbers.
From what?
Where your fact checkers at? Do the numbers.
Yeah, since when?
No,
yeah, for the last 20 years?
In one summer, do you know how many people died in
Chicago?
Yes. That's okay.
I do. No, it ain't okay. I know about Old Block and King Vaughn and all
the
of
other spots. If we can send billions of dollars to Ukraine, $181 billion to Ukraine.
You're right. That's crazy.
They could have took $1 billion and invested in every American state across the U.S.
I'm down.
Because if we reduce poverty, we're gonna reduce crime.
There you go. I believe that.
Because I know why niggas break the law.
Right. Really? It's always because of poverty. Always because they broke.
I mean, the majority of time.
Yeah, but the ones that don't.
It's crimes of survival. We got some damn fools out there, of course. But most of them are crimes of survival. Okay, do we really want to solve the issues in our community? And when they tell us, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black, and then get in office and don't do shit for black people but give them free abortion and sexually transitioning their children, then the black community got to get ready to wake up and we got to say, wait a minute, we need to do what's right for our children. We need to do what's right for us as a community. Y'all got $180 billion to send to Ukraine and you couldn't take $1 billion?
I agree.
All they do is complain about black people and what our problems are?
Ooh-wee.
Enough is enough.
All right.
Enough is enough.
What you need is what I'm about to talk about. A little weed. Now, how is the government legalizing weed, but black folks ain't but 2% of the weed of the weed owners, store owners, but we damn near started. What was that? War on drugs came from us.
Not only
and
that.
now we got drugs illegal and we don't get no part of that. Come on, man.
Not only that,
your folks, the Republicans, man.
No,
I can't take them.
It's a lot of Republicans that's for marijuana reform. And not only that, let's talk about a lot of these pot prisoners that's still incarcerated right now while Joe Biden been in office for 3 years since the Democrats stole for black people. You got people serving life sentences in prison right now for marijuana while marijuana is legal out here on the streets. That is from Joe Biden's 94 crime bill that he refused to apologize for. 3 strikes you out. We're going to put you in jail for life. We talking about family separation at the border. How many of our families been separated by incarceration?
I know that's right. Come on.
I'm just saying, so we can talk about Trump all day and the Republicans, but the Democrats got the majority. They got the White House, they had the Senate, and they had the House. Why ain't none of this stuff been passed on the Democrats' watch? We still ain't got the George Floyd bill. You just got an anti-lynching bill for Emmett Till, and I'm sorry, but niggas don't really get lynched no more. They ain't breaking in your house and hanging you from trees. They shooting you dead. So we still don't have no anti-black law or hate law, okay? Right. All of this stuff on the Democrat watch with a Democrat president, a Democrat VP, and somehow we still try and blame in another party when we need to start making our party that we be loyal to. Life was so
good when Trump was in office.
Well, a lot of people had money.
Nigga, he gave out money, mother. And now we struggling. Now we damn near in a recession because of that nigga. Okay?
No, you ain't in no recession because of him.
We about to be.
Recession because of Joe Biden.
Well, we're gone, girl. And guess what's so funny? I remember Trump when they had the 5 black guys in Central Park. He wrote that letter, and after they found they wasn't even guilty. He didn't give a damn. Said, I don't give a damn.
Well, didn't they daddy turn him in? What about Antron Daddy? Antron Daddy said that they was
old
guilty.
History stuff. Biden
His daddy made him confess, his own daddy. So we more mad at Trump than we mad at the boy, his own daddy.
Got rid of niggas in apartments and stuff, got rid of them, threw them out to redo a home for the rich white folks. What about that boy?
I know a lot of black people that don't rent the Section 8. I know a lot of black people that don't rent the Section 8. They say their houses get towed up and people don't take care of their shit. So, I mean, hey, sometimes it be business decisions, but there are a lot of things that Trump did for black people also. If we want to go back
I'll
to
be honest,
Jennifer
yeah, you're right,
Hudson,
you're right.
when her family was murdered, remember Trump put them up for 6 months. We want to talk about Jesse Jackson, Rainbow Push Coalition. Chuck gave him $1 million to start that. There are a lot of things.
He took a lot of black people out of prison.
He overturned that 94 crime bill that y'all president in office right now who ain't let nan nigga out of jail since he been in there talking about if you don't
ain't my
vote for me, you
president
ain't
shit.
black. No, that's your president.
That's my president?
The
Oh,
only
damn.
thing,
kinda over my president.
the only thing this administration, and it's sad, and I'm gonna take off my political hat, and this just ain't even about trying to cap for no Republicans, but it is sad that an administration that told us that if we didn't vote for them, we wasn't black. The only thing that they have offered us since they have been in office is free abortion and gender identity for our children.
That's all.
You name it. What they gave us? They gave Brittany Griner out of jail. Now she's
Yes.
talking about it's a crime to
Yes,
not
Brittany.
let men play in women's sports.
Yeah, no, she tripping. She off the chain with it. All right, I'm gonna tell you something that's not tripping out. Really,
Come on.
no, okay. Auntie Angie's house.
Yes.
So recently you opened up a spot after it was burnt down.
Our original location was
yeah, it was
to the
burnt
ground.
down.
Yep.
Probably was them Republicans, or Democrats.
It
did
might
that.
have been Antifa. We don't talk about all the little white kids that was dressed in black that came through and burnt down our community during the Black Lives Matter riot. Everybody want to blame black people, but it was probably them
Okay, you're right. So from what I remember,
that the police can't do nothing about. But the minute you see a bunch of black people in black, somehow all the police out, the SWAT team out, everybody in handcuffs, everybody dispersed. But when a bunch of white kids hit the streets of Atlanta
I know that's right.
and go to burning up police cars and burning down
Right. They
buildings,
don't say nothing.
all of a sudden it's a stand down order. After we had to live through the Red Dog era. Y'all remember the Red Dogs? You can't even sit on the porch.
Damn, I remember that. Out here? I wasn't living out here.
If
at
you
the time.
from Atlanta,
I was
you
at
know what I'm
FreakNik,
talking
nigga.
about.
I was at FreakNik during that time. Shit, damn. But let's get to Auntie's house. So,
Yes.
so one thing I think was the motivation when you got out of prison and your mother had passed and your grandmother passed. Was that a motivation to get you to open that house? Because the house is for young women, and I think I have it on some. Or you could probably tell me more about it. I want to make sure I get it all in because I think it's very great. First of all, it's a 6,000 square feet, 3-bedroom, safe house. It boasts 9 bedrooms. People can sleep 2 in the bedroom.
That was the first location.
That was the first
The
location?
one that was burned down, and we're having that one rebuilt.
Okay, so to talk about, well, damn.
Yeah, so
my
the
research
location is basically, well, my motivation, of course, was my own personal story and seeing how an ugly situation turned into something beautiful, so beautiful with my daughter's success, and knowing that there were so many people that pressured me to get an abortion with her, but I kept her. I believed in her life. And then coming home from prison and the struggle that I went through just gave me a heart for women who have made a decision to keep their children, and sometimes they just need a little bit of help.
Sure.
And then after my run for office, of course, and getting more educated on what was going on in our political system, and I began studying this black maternal health crisis, I noticed that not only were they telling us that we were 3 times likely to die compared to white women, regardless of our income or education, but there was actually no solution to the black maternal health crisis. On one hand, they were telling us that we were dying, and then on the other hand, they were saying abortion. So I'm like, okay, if the mother is dying giving birth to the baby, and then the baby is dying during the abortion process, then what does that really mean for black life? So we need to do something to save, preserve, and maintain black life. So then I did my research on pregnancy resource centers, and I saw that there were 2,800 pregnancy resource centers across America, but not one of them were in the black community. So I said Auntie Angie's house is going to be a life resource for women that choose life. I was so tired of being accused of not caring about the baby after the baby is born and people not understanding how important the value of life was. I said, let me create something I wish I would have had. And so that's exactly what Auntie Angie's house is. It's a place where not only can women go and get all of the resources that they need while they're pregnant, it's a safe place, but they also get entrepreneurship training, job planning, training, mental health counseling. We literally just take the load off and allow them to build. So when they walk out of Auntie Angie's house, they are fully equipped for motherhood, and they're financially stable.
And they can reach out with www.angieshouse.
AuntieAngie'sHouse.com.
We'll put it up.
Yep,
there,
you can go to AuntieAngie'sHouse.com. All of the information is there, and this is something that's grassroots. Because of my stance, you know, I don't not really have a lot of friends on either side. I don't have a lot of friends on the Democrat side because of how I feel about the Democrat Party, and I don't have a lot of friends on the Republican side because I do fight for black life, and I will let you know when you're wrong, and you're not going to get me to stand against my people. So this is something that the community has to get behind. We're asking everybody to go online and sign up for a monthly subscription.
Okay.
$5 a month. You play for Netflix, right?
Sure.
$5 a month, and you can contribute to not only saving a life, but changing a life.
Sure.
And we want to have Auntie Angie's house in every major city across this nation. Everywhere there's a Planned Parenthood, we want an Auntie Angie's house right across the street.
Ooh.
Letting our women know, baby, if you need us, we here.
Right,
and sometimes, and a lot of us, if we think about it, when our mothers, or if we're mothers, or when our mothers was raising us, it does get hard. And sometimes all you need is just a little bit of help. And it takes a village. So let's create that village.
Nice. Well, you know,
All them aunties and uncles out there.
you know, you from what I've seen, you've been through a lot. You know, I like that you're vocal. One thing is funny, you know, I didn't know you that well the first time 2 years ago, but you've been a solid person since then. I remember you hired me to do a show. I really appreciate that. You put a little money in my pocket. You looked out, well, brother, you know.
But more so it's about the community, though. You showed up for the kids, and I apprate
I
that.
sell for that money, but the kids are second. Okay, but I love the kids, but I love the
Sad.
cash too. I love the cash too. but no, that, and then you had a play you were trying to get started. You know what I'm saying? And I thought that was dope. So, you know, it just shined a different light to me on you. You know, that it wasn't just about Republican, Democrat, you know, the negative energy I saw, people trying to heap on you, even, you know, at times when I saw it. But a lot of love you got in the comments. I really appreciated that. What would you want your legacy to be, you know?
Oh, man, Auntie Angie's house is going to be my legacy. Today, God has used me, to date, God has used me to save 71 babies from abortion. I'm still in contact with a lot of my god babies. You guys can see a lot of them and their mothers up on Auntie Angie's house, the IG. You can follow their progress. I think that my legacy is showing black women that we can still have a career, we can still be successful, we can still raise our children, and that it's important for us to value life. And I think that when I'm gone from here, there are going to be so many children and so many mothers that I've not only impacted with my story, but we've been able to help collectively as a community, that this is really what, you know, changing the narrative is all about, getting out here and doing the work. We talk about this stuff on YouTube all the time, but when do we see people really in the community saying, hey, y'all, let's come together to make a difference? And that's what I need people to do.
That's beautiful. I hope they do that. Speaking of IG, you know, we do get on your IG page, and we do kind of look at what you got, you know, what's popping for you, what you got really going on. But you already talking about what you're doing in the community. We want to see. So I have my staff went to your IG page, and they popped up some stuff. I don't know what it is, but I'm gonna look at it. So what I want to know is, you know, on the IG, I'm gonna pull up some pictures and see what you was thinking about. You know, what was coming to your mind when you saw stuff. Like, what we got with here. This is. God damn, you have Gabrielle Union on your page sometimes? Is that what you do?
This is at the Martin Luther King
That's
Center.
you?
That is me.
Damn!
That's when I did.
Damn, too, right here.
That's when I did my criminal justice reform shoot for rolling out. Yeah, you know, we gotta switch it up sometimes.
Damn! You could be an actress.
I acted a little bit.
On the
I got
play.
a new movie coming out. Botch the movie, produced by Al Nuke. You gotta watch it. Yeah, it's about that story in Atlanta. You know,
Al Nuke?
Yeah.
That's my bro from Detroit. Shout out. Come on, I know Al.
I'm in the movie. Y'all look
Al,
for
holla at
Botch
your
coming
boy,
up.
Al.
I'm the counselor. You remember the girl was shooting everybody up with the tire flat and stuff, giving the girls the booty shakers. Yeah, I'm in the movie. Botch coming soon. Y'all check me out.
No, that's my boy. I love Al. He looked like Jay-Z. He looked like Jay-Z if y'all seen him.
No, he don't.
Yeah, the hell, he always
A
said
little
that.
bit.
He used to be a rapper too.
I know.
That's my boy. I know Al Nuke.
I know you described him perfectly, but he look like him a little bit.
Okay, all right. Well,
Not a lot bit.
Not a lot bit. All right. Well, you look stunning now, but
Thank you.
But let's go to this. Okay. Of course, I gotta cut this nigga. The My Pillow guy, really?
Yeah, he has such an awesome story, and he also is.
He hates black people.
He's
He
awesome.
thought y'all working for him.
I don't think he hates black people because he supports Auntie Angie's house, and he know that this is a pregnancy home for black women. So you know.
He supports you.
No, well, I'm black.
He said some shit about
I'm black.
black people.
What did he say?
He hate niggas.
He ain't never
He
said
said he don't want
that.
no nigga on his pillow.
If y'all knew who Mike Lindell was, Mike Lindell used to be.
Look him up.
Mike
Google
Lindell was
like
a crackhead. Mike Lindell
still
used to
was,
smoke crack and
still
bought
is.
all his crack from niggas. Mike Lindell was sleep high as hell one night. His head was hurting. He picked up some material off of the floor, put it up under his head. He said he slept so good, he got an idea that night to take that material and turn it into a fucking pillow.
Damn his
So
story.
let's give Mike Lindell his props. Anybody that smoke crack and can come up with $1 million idea and get off crack and sell it, shout out to you.
Okay.
And if you want to take your money and you want to support black organizations that save black life, please do.
That's your camera from now on.
There you go.
Right in your face, right there.
We'll take it.
Smoke crack and become big. Is that what you're telling them?
Hey,
all right, y'all
might
black
as well
folks.
do something.
That's some Republican shit
Get
right
off
there.
crack.
Okay, that's some damn Republican stuff.
He got an awesome story though.
Does he?
Yeah, he does. Awesome story.
All right, so what we, okay, look at that.
That was when I was running for office, and that was when Trump was rolling out his $500 billion plan that was specifically for black businesses. And of course, I was a part of that initiative. So we had an event, and I was telling our community all about it.
Okay, you look like a politician there.
A little bit.
Yeah, you got
That's
that politician
That's
look.
the politician, Angie. I done went back to Auntie Angie now because
Back to Auntie Angie?
I'm tired
I know that's
of politics.
right. That was a lot.
They'll kill you if you're really for your people.
Let me ask you a question about your stances. Is there any regret or shift you would have done for what for what all the stuff you took? All the this.
I'd have made me some money.
Really? I'd
have made me some money. Cause you will get out here, man, and you will be for real, and you will be using your voice, man, and people don't care. You know what I'm saying? And you will find yourself. You could have been in a much better situation. I look at some people who took this thing and just used it for a total grift and got millions and millions of dollars. I wish I would have been maybe smarter a little bit with my delivery and my rollout, so I could have walked away with something.
I know that's right.
So it's always important. The word says that the wealth of the wicked is stored up for the righteous. I think that in whatever we're doing, if we want to make a difference in the community, you can't do that without no money.
Okay.
And that's what I would have done differently.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's cool. Well, before I let you out here, I got a couple of things.
Oh, there go my boy.
Oh hell!
I got my hair just like him.
Put that. What the hell?
There go my boy, and we in the
your
White House.
Your boy, really? You going really? That's your boy?
And if I was Kodak Black, would you be treating me like that?
Yes, I would.
Man, if I was Lil Wayne, would you be treating me like that?
Well, Kodak Black wouldn't be on the show, but Lil Wayne would be on the show. But I would rather have you on the show.
Would you be treating me like that if I was Lil Wayne?
I'd rather have a queen on my show.
All these people support Trump. Would you be treating me like that if I was Lil Wayne? Would you be treating me like that if I was Kwame Kilpatrick, the mayor of Detroit, who Trump freed because I walked his paperwork into the White House?
You did that? Okay, but I don't know everything about you, sister. Okay, I know you was a top notch. That's why you're still second time on the Panic Room.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna fuck with Trump too.
Shit.
Cause he giving out money.
I know you is.
Okay. I'll say whatever I say about him.
I know you is.
But off camera,
Baby.
I'm voting Trump again. Not again, but I'm gonna vote Trump this time.
Gotta fuck with who fuck with you. I'm not. I will not cut off my connect for nobody. They gonna have to get out of their emotions. If Trump want to do something for the black community, if he want to help me do something for the black community, I'm all for it.
I didn't like when Steve Harvey went to talk to him and they got all mad and all crazy. I'm like, first of all, don't you supposed to I didn't say the word enemy, but I'm gonna say enemy, but aren't you supposed to talk to your enemy or your adversary to find out where they are, where they get help from you? To sit there and say, I ain't gonna talk to him is ridiculous.
And
who does that?
Get mad about Joe Biden saying he ain't gonna talk to Ice Cube. Ice Cube still ain't got his meeting yet.
Ooh.
We ain't paying attention.
I know that's right. Ooh, you too. Ooh. Well, I'm gonna pay attention to this damn spin the wheel.
Uh-oh.
Yes, we all have fun with my folks on here.
Okay.
This right here is, if it lands on something, we like for you to participate in. But I know you're a staunch, woman and stuff. So something might not work for you. But just spin it where it lands at. Give her a drum roll and see where it lands. We'll talk about it. We'll discuss it and see what it is. Ooh, you put a little stank on it. Let's see where it stops at. It stopped on. Oh, spin again. Spin it for the first time, girl. Get off your chest.
Get it off
Name something that you want to get off your chest. Something that's really been bothering you that you want to tell. You just got a lot of stuff off your chest. But something that's been on your chest that you're tired of, or you want to just get off. It could be whatever. It could be how we are, just how you are.
I'm tired of black people listening to celebrities who got all the money in the world, done made it, done got successful, telling us that we are oppressed. Stop telling us we are oppressed. Tell us how to get money just like how you get money. If you lived in the hood, you made it out the hood, you made a success of your life, show us how to be successful. Stop telling us we are oppressed sitting from your mansion on the high hill. That's what I want to get off of my chest.
You got it off your chest.
That's it.
Damn. We're good. And I'm a nice person. I give what's called a swag bag. Everything is black owned in here. I give gifts. What other podcasts give you gifts? None.
Appreciate it.
So look it up.
Take them straight to Auntie Angie's house.
Pull it out and let's talk about it, so you'll see it.
Let's see what we got.
Yeah. What we got first of all, my book. What that book say?
Okay.
What that title say?
My 100 Homies and Phonies of Hollywood.
I know a lot of people in celebrity. I know a lot of celebrities in Hollywood.
Not only do I have Auntie Angie's house, but the next time you want to publish a book, I own a publishing company.
Ooh.
Stanton Publishing House. We're right across from Lenox Mall. We've been in business for over 8 years.
Nice. So, I'll look into it because right now those white people do those books.
We black
it's on time too.
See, we black on. See, you supposed to how you?
I didn't know about Auntie's. I didn't know Stanton books. I didn't know about that.
Didn't you say that what's his name, Magic Johnson, got to have all black people working?
No, I didn't say all black. I didn't say that. I said he need to even it up. He need to even up. I didn't find no black.
I knew you weren't for real.
Ooh,
Let's see what else we got.
That's called verbal abuse.
Comedy hype. What's
this?
Yes,
it's a card game. It's a fun card. Instead of playing that white Uno, sister, you can play a black comedy. That's about all the comedians, like comics, sitcoms, movies. It's like a thing. You sit around with your friend. So let me see you crack that open at the next party, okay? And you get that at comedy.
I'm gonna take that to my family reunion. We're getting ready to go. We're getting ready to go to our family reunion in July. So
okay, there's a lot of black history on there, black sitcoms. And that's you ain't official girl till you got that one.
I got me a T-shirt. What this say? What this say?
Come on, look at the color too. The color.
Pierre's Panic Room with the
red, black, and green.
Okay.
Red, black, and green.
Africa.
All right now. Wait until the next Trump support rally.
You're not gonna never support none of your white family.
Not gonna never. I'm gonna support English.
You're not gonna never rep for none of your white side of your family.
Not right now. They got it going. They got it going on.
Okay.
I gotta go for the black vote. That's a bandana of my signature right there. So you
can
put on when the nighttime when you wrap your hair.
I'm gonna put the bandana on with the shirt.
Damn. Okay.
Ooh, and I'm going to the next Trump rally.
I love you for that, girl.
You didn't see me dressed in my African garb at the last MAGA rally? It was MAGA Wakanda up in that bitch. I had a whole big ass afro, African garb, baby. That. I was like this in there.
I saw all that booty climbing that wall. That's what I saw.
And everybody else did too on the front row.
On the wall. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There was steps right next to what you climbed that wall.
I'm just saying. I take my blackness with me everywhere I go.
I know that's right. I love it, girl.
And do you want these or this for me too?
Everything's in there.
Your cue cards?
Oh, no, I'll take them back.
Okay, there you go.
Take that back from you. Angela, I so appreciate you coming on my show. It's so much a pleasure, so much fun. I really appreciate it. You got one of the babies that you adopted her?
This is one of my god babies. This is the result of Auntie Angie's house. I want everybody to see exactly what it is that you all are supporting.
Look at the baby. Oh, we doing the baby.
We are helping black mothers and black babies where they need help at. This is how we make a statement that say Black Lives Matter. Right here. Mm-hmm. Y'all head over to AuntieAngie'sHouse.com. Royal, tell everybody bye. Say bye.
Oh, Royal. What a sweetheart. What a sweetheart. But again, thank you. Let people out there know how they can reach you.
AuntieAngie'sHouse.com for one. Make sure you visit the website. Sign up for a monthly subscription. $5, $10, $15, $20, $25. Whatever you like. Follow me on IG, The Angie Stanton. You can follow me on Truth Social. That's one social media platform I know that I'll never be silenced or suspended from. Angela Stanton King. And then make sure you follow Auntie Angie's House on IG. We love you guys, and I'm Angela Stanton King on YouTube, the Angela Stanton King Show.
There it is right there.
I'm just asking.
Yo, thank y'all. Once again, thank you so much. Thank y'all for watching this show. I told you it was going to be a dope show. She got that energy, and she got that mindset, so I appreciate you coming on and doing what you did. Thank y'all for watching Pierre's Panic Room. Like I said, don't forget to hit the notification bell or the, what's that other thing? Subscribe button, hit that bing bop, hit both of them, you know what I'm saying? Thank you so much. Again, I love y'all for watching the show, supporting it, telling friends, pass it around, these clips, say, hey man, check it out, man. That's the only way it grows. It's been growing, but I want to grow it bigger. I got other competition I want to try to squash, so I can bring people like this young lady on my show who can speak her mind, you know what I'm saying? This is our second time. Well, I want you to really support the system, man. I really, again, thank you so much. Thank y'all for watching it, and I'll catch you on another episode of Pierre's Panic Room. There it is. Look at the baby, look at the baby, look at the baby.
I'm Angela Stanton King, and guess what? I survived Pierre's Panic Room.
Turn me up a little bit, turn me up a little bit.
If you like that show, like, subscribe, and comment below. Hit the notification bell. Hit the subscribe button, man. We want you around. Appreciate it.